Okay, now for 15, we have tile patterns now, or sorry, diamond problems. So diamond problems are incredibly important. You're going to see them all through the CPM book. They're super important when we actually move on to factoring, which is a big part of algebra. You'll see why these are so beneficial. So the key to diamond problems is understanding what goes in the top, right? So if I look at this one, what goes in the top and what goes in the bottom. So the bottom, right, that's 7. That actually, let me get rid of that. Okay. The 7 is actually these two numbers added, right? 5 plus 2. And the top are the 5 and the 2 multiplied, 5 times 2, right, which is 10. So same here, right? I have the 5, which is 2 plus 3, and I have the 6, which is 2 times 3, right? We're using these middle numbers. Same for the middle one. I have the negative 5, which is -1 plus -4, these two numbers, and the top, the 4, which is -1 times -4. Okay, so now you see the pattern, right? So the pattern down here, this question mark, is number plus number, and the top one is a number times number. Okay, so now let's fill in these bottoms. So for A, again, the bottom number I'm adding. So the bottom number is 2 plus 5, which is 7. And the top number is 2 times 5, which is 10. For the second one, the bottom number is -2 plus -1. -2 plus -1 is -3. And the top is -2 times -1. Negative times negative is +2, right? Okay, for C, now C is a little trickier. So C is saying, if I have an X in here and a kind of a Y in here, right? Because they're unknowns. Then the bottom is saying, that X plus Y equals 6. Two numbers added equals 6. And the top is saying X times Y equals 8. So if I think of numbers, right, that added give me 6, 1 and 5, but when I multiply those, I get 5, not 8. So then I try maybe 2 and 4, and when I multiply 2 and 4, I get 8. So now I know the two numbers. The two numbers are 2 and 4, and it doesn't matter which order you put them in, because 2 plus 4 is 6, and 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, for this one, they give us pieces of it. So let's say I have an unknown in this first block, X. So the top is saying that X times 1/2, right, because 1/2 is the other number, equals 4. So now I think to myself, what times a half is 4? Well, 8 times 1/2 is 4, right? So an 8 goes in there. Now the bottom is just adding. So I have 8 plus 1/2, and I could leave that as a mixed number, 8.5, right? And the last one, again, I have two unknowns, right? I have an X and I have a Y, or they use number signs, right? So the bottom is saying, X plus Y equals -7. And the top is saying X times Y equals 12, right? So what numbers added give me -7 and multiplied give me 12? Well, to get two numbers added that is -7, I need two negative numbers, because I need to multiply the two negative numbers at the top to get a +12. So now I could try. I could say -1 and -6. Well, multiplied, that gives me 6, not 12. I could try -2 plus -5, and that multiplied gives me 10, not 12. I could try -3 and -4, and multiply, that gives me 12. So that works, right? -3 plus -4 equals -7, and -3 times -4, right, equals 12. So negative 3 and negative 4. And again, it doesn't matter if you write it as negative 3 and negative 4 or negative 4 and negative 3.